Take one.
Take one. Yeah. I just dropped my phone. Take two. Alright. Here we go. Alright, first stop we're doing is going to be pick up, and you have students on the left and on the right.
Second black mailbox, isn't it?
The third mailbox. You got black one, and that white one is that silver, and then second black one. So the third mailbox is what we're going to use for our student stop.
Okay. Mailbox number 1.
Yep. Now, approximately, well, state law reads between 200 to 400. We just failed the examiner 200 feet before that mailbox. I'm going to put on my amber student loading light. That lets all the traffic know I'm getting ready to stop. The black mailbox there is our student stop. So all my students are at that black mailbox. So I'm going to stop 12 to 15 feet before I get to them. That way I'm not going to run over them. First thing I'm going to do is I pull that brake, put my bus in neutral. And I'm going to put my hands up like this. Say, guys, I want you to stay right where you're at. But I also want to stop the traffic, so I'm going to push that red square button. That puts out my reds and my stop sign. Now I'm going to wave these kids on the left over to the kids on the right. Okay? And I want you one sweep. I want you over here. If I start doing this kind of thing, or this sort of thing, traffic gets confused. Are you waving me on? No, I want one sweep. I want them all right there. Once they're there, then I will open my door and I'll wave them in. They all come in and they swipe their badges and I say, good morning, how you doing? Ready for school today? All of that. Okay?
Mario
Then,
coins.
The next thing I'm going to do is I'm looking at my student mirror. I'm going to make sure all most kids sit down. Now if they don't, I can use this mic and tell them, guys, I can't move till you sit down. Once they're all in their seats, I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to look in all my mirrors, make sure there's no traffic moving and there's no kids or dogs or anything else near my bus. Then I'm going to close my door and I'm going to push that button again, because until I push that button a second time, my stop sign will stay out. Then I'm going to check one more time for traffic. I'm going to put my bus in drive, push in my brake, to continue to my next stop. So, I'm going to turn those off just for now so that you can hear me on your tape. Now the next stop is going to be just students on my right. They're in a white van up here. Mom's drinking coffee and the kids are all sitting there waiting for me. So I'm going to do it the same way. Only this time I don't have to cross students. So I'm going to come up here. At about 200 feet, I'm going to put on my amber student loading light. Again, I'm telling traffic I'm getting ready to make a stop. Even though they're in that car, I'm not going to drive up to that white van. I'm going to stop 12 to 15 feet in front of it. Now notice I do not pull in off the road. I stay out here in my lane. I hold my lane. Come to a stop. Number 1, pull that brake. Number 2, put it in neutral. Now I'm going to open my door. That puts on my red, and I'll say, come on, guys. They'll get out. They'll come on my bus. Hi, Mom. Have a great day. And I'll say, good morning, guys, and they'll come in. Then I'm going to look in that student mirror. I want to make sure they are in their seat. They're sitting down, not standing up. Then I'm going to check my mirrors. At that time, I'm also going to close my door. And I can kind of do that simultaneously. For the exam, do it separately. I'm checking my mirrors, now I'm closing my door. Now I'm checking my mirrors every one more time. There's no traffic, there's no kids. Don't do it that way. Reach up here, put it in drive, then push in that brake. Once I've done that, I check my mirrors one last time and I take off. Now there's a big white mailbox up here. I'm going to go to that mailbox and I'm going to do a drop off where I cross kids. Before I get to the mailbox, about where we're here, I'm going to hit my ambers. Let people know I'm going to stop again. Now I got kids that are going to cross the street. I got some that are going to go to that house and some to this house. Now they are on the bus. They're here safe with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're here safe with me, I don't have to stop 12 to 15 feet back. I can go right to the stop. On my brake. Now for you kids that are crossing, I want you to walk out in front of my bus, way out there so I can see your feet. And I want you to stop right there and look at me. And I will wait, and I'll have my hand up like this because I want you to wait. I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to wave you across, but I want you to stop right here, right in front of this crossover mirror. Okay, I want you to stop right there. And just like when Mom and Dad taught you how to cross the street when you were little, I want you to look both ways, and then I want you to look at me. And I'm going to check my mirrors because I'm higher than you guys, right? I can see more. So I'm going to make sure no cars are coming, and I'll wave you the straight across. You ready? Here we go. Now I got two kids walk off to that house. These kids are going to come up here and wait for me. I'm going to have my hand up. If there's no traffic, I'll wave them to the crossover mirror. If they get there, I'm going to stop them again and check my mirrors. And then I'm going to wave them the rest of the way across and they go home. Now, put my bus back in drive, pushes the brake. Do what I say, not what I do, because I have a terrible habit. I tend to want to push that brake before I put it in drive. Always put it in drive before you push in the brake. The brake is the last stop. Now we're going to do one more stop. Well, let's do two stops. I'm going to do a stop at base camp. That's this blue private lane up here. There's a blue sign that says base camp on it. With this one, I'm just dropping off. And all my kids are going to go up to the right. They're going to go up to that house. 200 feet before I get to the stop, my ambers. Now again, it's a drop off. I can go right to my stop. And I know they're going to go up that road, so I'm going to stop right here at the end of the road. I'm going to pull my brake, put it in neutral, open my door, and say, "Have a great day, guys." And they go home. But I'm going to check my mirrors again. I don't want anything or anybody near my bus. When that's done, I'll put it back in drive, push in my brake. Now, one last stop. We're going to come up here on that blind corner, right? And I know that I can't see around it because I've been on that corner a lot of times. And even in the winter, it's kind of hard to see. When summer like this, all the leaves are out. So I'm not going to pull up to that corner, even though my route sheet says it's at the stop sign. Because it is so blind, I'm going to stop clear back here. Because I'm dropping kids off. It's the end of the day. And I'm dropping off grade school kids. Well, I know high school's been out for an hour and a half. I don't want some kid coming around that corner kind of showing off to his girlfriend and hit my kids. So I'm going to stop clear back here. I'm going to pull my brake, put it in neutral, open my door, and even though they got to walk all the way up there, I'm going to let them off right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm going to say, "Bye guys, have a great day. See you tomorrow." Then I'm going to check all my mirrors. I can close my door. Check those mirrors, nothing is near my bus. So I'm going to drive, push in my brake, and then I can move. Again, notice when I do a student stop, I do not pull off the side road. I stay right out there, I hold my lane. If anything, I grab that center line. I want people to stop. I don't want to be in their way. And that's your student stops.
Excellent. Bravo. Take one.
Take one. Now I'm going to give you the wheel and let's go around and let